Good morning. So today I will be using my project pan because it is almost the end of February and I haven't played with it as much. As always, I'm gonna get the brows out of the way because it's my least favorite thing to do. So I'm gonna try to get through these as fast as I can. Oh, why am I using that? I always use that. Let me use my mirror. If you're watching the replay, you can just skip through the brows. I know they're so uninteresting, but you can skip over to the more interesting parts. In my project pan, I have the Huda Beauty New Nude palette to use, but I'm still getting so many comments about the Transition palette by Dominique Cosmetics. Where is it? It is somewhere. I will find it. Why is it not here? Oh, here it is. So I will be, oh Lord. I will be using this instead of my Project Pan palette, just because I'm still getting so many questions and requests for me to use this more. And also live last Saturday, a lot of people were still really interested. So we'll get to that in a second. But for now, I just want to get my eyebrows out of the way.
Contigo es lo que quiero, en ti sueño todos los días, pero en el anochecer quiero que no sean sueños, que en verdad yo sea tu dueño y tú seas mi mujer. Ya le dedico la luna a mi hermosa estrella, y no escucho lo que dicen, pa' mí eres bella, eres perfecta por fuera, ya, y más perfecta por dentro. Lo que dicen pa' mí eres bella, perfecta, bebé. Para mí es de cabeza a los pies. Escuché lo de la gente, bebé. Yeah. Son envidiosos si lo ves. Es que te como esos, baby, me pongo travieso. Es que ese es el proceso, perfecta, confieso. Pero eres más que eso, ma. Tú vales mucho y lo entenderás. Tú tienes un lugar en mi corazón, ¿dónde vas a estar? Por toda la vida, corazón. También en mi mente un montón. Es que tienes un lugar en mi corazón, vas a estar un montón. Lo sabes, mi amor. Le dedico la luna a mi hermosa estrella. Y si lo es, pues eres tú, baby. Y si lo es, pues eres tú, baby. Por eso quiero más de ti, amarte a ti, baby. Que te lo mereces, te amo tanto. Y eso que en unos meses me fleche. No te la suerte si me la eche. Si no miras como tú me ves. Tú tienes un lugar en mi corazón donde vas a estar toda la vida, corazón. También en mi mente un montón. Es que tienes un lugar en mi corazón, vas a estar un montón. Lo sabes, mi amor.
Okay, so for foundation, sorry. For foundation, I'm gonna be using the Bounce Beauty Blender foundation. Just gonna squeeze a little bit out. But I'm actually gonna be mixing this hint of Butterscotch by Morphe 2. I actually got this last fall. It's very liquidy, and just like this one, it wasn't my shade, but this is such a light shade. And I believe this looked a little too orange on me. So I'm hoping I could implement this one since I like neither of them. Hopefully the formulations of them don't contradict each other too much. But I just want to try it. I want to see what happens. I'm going to add like a drop or two to this foundation. Just so that maybe I can get the color of the Beauty Blender a little bit more my shade. I think I should shake this more. Yeah, I really didn't like this foundation or this BB cream or whatever they want to call this, a skin tint. It just wasn't for me. I believe it's more for younger skin if you're not wearing that much makeup. Okay, let's add 3 drops to that and see how significantly darker that is. Yeah. So, but I really do like the Beauty Blender thing. What's it called? The design of the Beauty Blender bottle. Because I can mix right on top of here. It's a little better. Oh, it's so much better than it typically is on its own. So I'm actually gonna mix some more because I don't want to look all kinds of shades on my face. So I'm probably gonna over mix. And actually, I think I like this consistency better than the consistency of the Beauty Blender. I think the music's a little loud. The consistency better of the Beauty Blender foundation with the hint skin tint. It's a little more sheer. Look at me just making my own custom shade. It obviously still doesn't match me perfectly, but at least it's not like stark white and like not my undertone. At least this is a little warmer than the Beauty Blender foundation on its own, but that's completely my fault, you know. Foundation is just not easy to shade match, especially online. I think George is home. Hello. George is here. Oh my god, this is so much better. I didn't think it was actually gonna work. This looks so much better than Beauty Blender on its own. I think because the formulation of the Hint Hint is way thinner. Oh my god, I just dipped into my eyebrows. I'm kind of digging this. My problem with the Beauty Blender foundation is that it's too dry for my liking. And it does cling on to the drier patches of my face. Since I have a little bit of leftover, I'm just gonna put that under my eyes and everywhere I feel like I need more coverage. I'm still gonna use concealer, but since I have it, why not? I do have a video of the Hint Hint skin tint. The names are so funny. It was a collab between Morphe and Charli D'Amelio, and I think Dixie too. So I tried it and it wasn't my cup of tea. But if I were 15, I could still see that being my favorite. This is so much better. So much better. And my skin's not looking crepey or too dry. Okay, that is it for foundation. I'm liking this duo, and look at the dewiness that it left my skin with. I am gonna use this stark white, it's not stark white, but this concealer, because again, it's in my project pan. Just a little bit, since I already applied some of the foundation under here.
El corazón no se cose, unas palabras y sonrojo tu piel, baby. Eres más dulce que un panal de miel. Y aunque me pones down, seré tu perro fiel. Y al menos en mis sueños serás mi mujer.
¿No te va a afectar? ¿Ya les avisaste?
¿Cuándo vas a reaccionar? ¿Cuándo vas a reaccionar? Cuando no contestaba, baby, acuérdate que en esos días fríos te serví de abrigo. Me mataste por dentro, tú diciéndome mejor amigo, mejor amigo. Cuando no contestaba, baby, acuérdate que yo sé que tu lágrima lloré contigo. Me mataste por dentro, tú diciéndome mejor amigo, mejor amigo.
Powder.
Ahora tengo lo que yo de niño quise. Todos quieren un pedazo de lo que hice. Se gozo sin jugar como mamá dice. Mi mamá dice en Miami con un par de cuero. Lo que quiero es gozar el dinero y nada más. Tres historias, solo un caballero. Yo no vengo a ronquear, solo vengo pa' contar. Pa' Miami con un par de cuero. Lo que quiero es gozar el dinero y nada más. Tres historias, solo un caballero. Yo no vengo a ronquear, solo vengo pa' contar.
Estoy loco en Miami, esta vaina está al tope. Poniéndome bien lindo, lo clamamos un derroche. Un saludo con la mami, la veo en el bloque. Meneando su cadera en honor a esta noche. La cartera Louis V, me la ponen en mesa. Me sirve mi Genesis, ando mal en la cabeza. Pana que tú quieres, mi prometo no me interesa. Estás hablando con un G, no quiero nada que te estresa,
Pa'
nada.
Miami con un par de cuero. Lo que quiero es gozar el dinero y nada más. Tres historias, solo un caballero. Yo no vengo a ronquear, solo vengo pa' contar. Pa' Miami con un par de cuero. Lo que quiero es gozar el dinero y nada más. Tres historias, solo un caballero. Yo no vengo a ronquear, solo vengo pa' contar.
¿Cómo me ves, mami? Tú te ves bien, mami. Me miras a mí, mami. Me acerco a ti, mami. Quiero ser tu papi. Me pasa tu número, aquí hay un lápiz. Quiero menos, mami. Se te echa un perón, mami. Esa me deja imitarte con una cita. No te entiendo una playa en Margarita, yes. Bailando salsa que no hay nada que esta gitana. Una cena con calamares y salsita. Dale un baile en la playa, un batido de papaya. Nos movemos como mantarraya, tu cabello falla. Y en Miami, invítalo.
Hello, Crystal. How are you? Bye. He decided to come in. Bye. Bye.
Bye, everybody. See y'all next time.
Crazy. I'm great. Well, as good as I can be. Yeah, I'm from Texas, Houston to be exact. And we've had kind of a rough week here. But everything's okay. You know, it could be worse. Ooh, I forgot to use my primer. That's okay. Just gonna contour real quick. Oh, I heard about the weather there. I hope everything's all right with you. Yeah, it is. We've actually not had any water all week, and on our side of town, we were without power for 24 hours on the first day. And yeah, it was like crazy, kind of scary. Nothing we've ever really experienced before. Like, we get cold weather here, but it's never to the point where we're out of power and water and food, basically. Thankfully, we had food because we had just gone grocery shopping before all the craziness started. But there's people that were literally starving because they had no food to eat. And this morning we finally got water. So I took advantage of that and I showered, but we have no hot water. So it's already cold outside and I had to take a shower with really cold water. It was basically torture. It took me back to when I was living in El Salvador and I had to shower every morning with cold water. So definitely hot water is such a luxury, you know, but yeah, it's been interesting. Thank you for asking though. We're okay. I haven't been posting most of this week, even though I've been posting daily. Because we were told to not use as much electricity as we normally do, obviously to cut back so that there's even less of a threat of them taking our power away. Because we were using too much. I don't know, something like that. Texas also has its own power grid. It goes into other stuff. Seems shady to me, but it is what it is at the moment. But yeah, there's people that just were not good. We caught the light hand of it, thankfully, but there's people that actually died, and it's really sad. Like I said, we're okay. Oh yeah, I wasn't posting a lot because they were telling us to not use as much electricity, and obviously I use studio lighting and that takes up a lot, and then I didn't want to constantly be charging my laptop. So we were literally on basic necessities this entire week. So it just felt a little wrong to be using electricity when we didn't really have to. You know, just because other people were without power for over 72 hours. Like, that's crazy. We were only 24 hours without electricity. But hopefully everything goes back to normal soon. That's scary. Yeah, it was scary. It was really scary. Like, it was cool to see Houston get snow, but then it got really fast. Like, we're just not prepared for this type of weather. And we knew there was like harsh temperatures coming, but we did not expect to be without electricity and without water for days. I didn't think I was gonna be able to go live today, even though I've been going live for a few Saturdays now. But especially because I hadn't showered, you guys. My hair was so nasty. Like, we all in Houston, we really got to experience basically what it's like to be homeless. Obviously, not to the degree of actual homeless people, but we just have to have more compassion for people, you know? Okay, so the reason that I'm like over contouring and like bronzing up my face is because my foundation for the month isn't actually my shade. And today I mixed it with the Morphe 2. This one's darker for my skin and this one's lighter for my skin. I cannot choose foundation for my skin ever. So I'm just warming it up. I just want to get through to these. I just want to use these up, sorry. I just want to use these up and not let them go to waste because I didn't choose my right shade, and I don't really like the Beauty Blender foundation, so I'm just trying to use them up, and it's just a shade. It's not that big of a deal, but I understand like I look kind of crazy, but it'll look better once my entire face is on. I like to blend after I put down my nose contour. I like to blend the sides with my little powder brush just so that it seems a little seamless. Okay. So like I said, instead of using my palette of the month, which is the Huda Beauty New Nude palette, I'm gonna be using the Transition palette because last week there was a few people in my live asking for me to use this more because they can't find other videos or other people talking about this palette. So I want to use it live today to test it out further because I really haven't done a full eye using this palette. To me, for eyes, this is beautiful, especially if you want to mix it with a colorful palette. Okay, I'm gonna go into Toffee. I feel like usually I go for caramel. It's my go-to shade. But I'm gonna use Toffee. I'm gonna put this in the crease. Maybe I'll add like a shimmer from the New Nude palette. I'm just laying it down for now. I'll go in and blend it a little more in a little bit.